We have the superior vena cava right there. And then we have the brachiocephalic veins, the internal jugular, the subclavian veins, and the inferior vena cava going down through the heart, and the common iliac veins connecting. This is the ascending aorta, and then the aortic arch right there, the brachiocephalic trunk, the common carotid arteries, the subclavian arteries, and the thoracic aorta going down the thoracic spine. We have the abdominal aorta, the celiac trunk above it, and the renal arteries connecting both kidneys, and the superior mesenteric artery in the front, and the inferior mesenteric artery, and then the common iliac arteries split into that Y. So here we have the pulmonary trunk and the lobar veins. And on the other side we have the lobar arteries. Then we have the pulmonary arteries left and right, and the pulmonary veins also left and right. And then we have the thoracochromial artery and the superior thoracic artery, and the anterior intercostal arteries. And then we have the internal thoracic artery. Here we have the accessory hemizygous vein. And then we have the hemozygous vein. And then we have the azygous vein. Then we have the ascending lumbar vein and the internal thoracic vein. Then we have the axillary vein and the subscapular vein as well, and the long thoracic vein. Down here we have the dorsal venous network of the hand, and then the basiliac vein on this side, and the cephalic vein on that side. Connecting is the median cephalic vein, and we have the median antebrachial vein below the brachial vein, and the ulnar vein, the radial vein, and the brachial vein. And over here, the axillary vein. Over here we have the axillary artery. And the lateral thoracic artery. The subscapular artery. The anterior circumflex humeral artery on top, and the posterior circumflex humeral artery on the bottom. Here we have the brachial artery, the profunda brachii artery, the radial artery, and the radial recurrent artery attached to it, the ulnar artery, and the ulnar recurrent artery attached to that. We also have the common interosseous artery, and the deep palmar arch on the bottom, and superficial palmar arch on top of that.
The first one have common hepatic artery, the right gastric artery, the gastroduodenal artery, the right gastroepiploid artery, the hepatic artery proper, the splenic artery, the left gastroepiploid artery, the left gastric artery, the superior mesenteric artery, inferior mesenteric artery, renal artery, and we have gonadal artery. We have renal vein, gonadal vein, portal vein, superior mesenteric vein, inferior mesenteric vein, splenic vein,
Vertebral arteries. Basilar artery. Internal carotid artery. External carotid artery. Ophthalmic artery. Superior thyroid artery. Facial artery. Maxillary artery. Superficial temporal artery. Lingual artery. Occipital artery. External jugular vein. Occipital vein. Vertebral veins. Facial veins. Anterior facial veins. Posterior facial veins. Superficial temporal veins. Common iliac arteries. Internal iliac artery. External iliac artery. Femoral artery. Popliteal artery. Anterior tibial artery. Posterior tibial artery. Peroneal artery. Dorsal pedis artery. Arcuate artery. Dorsal venous network of foot. Peroneal vein. Anterior tibial vein. Posterior tibial vein. Great saphenous vein. Small saphenous vein. Popliteal vein. Femoral popliteal vein. Deep femoral vein. Medial femoral circumflex vein and lateral femoral circumflex vein.